Hey Minal, welcome to the Shadowing AI course. How are you doing today?
I'm good. Thank you for having me here.
Sure. So today's question is my favorite question because it's been asked in many performance reviews discussion in many companies, and we figure this out when we talk with managers and executives across different companies, kind of Amazon, Google, and everywhere. So let's discuss it out. Okay. So I'll ask you the question and then you can give the answer and the format in the format that we have discussed. Okay.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. Okay. So the question is, let's it's a situation where about 2 months ago you were noted to have violated or broken a rule for a member of a team. Uh, and what happened?
Um, okay, so if I understood you correctly, you want to know or understand, for a better word, why I bended a rule for a team member. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's a great question. To answer the question, I'm going to take a few seconds to first structure the answer in my mind real quick, and then I'll speak it out. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, sure.
So to answer the question, the rule that I violated was it's one related to documentation. And I thought it was right to bend this rule for one of my colleagues who she's actually great at helping other members of our team and was too distracted that day just before a very important interdepartmental project meeting. It turned out she was stressed because of a family emergency. And so the family emergency was that her daughter's high fever was not coming down. And she was very distracted. And this meeting was very important. It was a multi-million-dollar contract that, was a decision factor for our department. So in this case, while I know that it is company policy to register ahead of time who would be giving a presentation, I went ahead and presented in her stead without first documenting this information. After the meeting was over, I did submit to HR the documentation, proper documentation. It also said that I also notified them that I was the one presenting the meeting rather than my colleague who had this situation. So it was registered and HR okayed it and approved it. During this time when this happened, my colleague took the opportunity to video call with her neighbor so she could communicate with her daughter and see that she was doing well. And the result of that was positive. She was a lot less stressed after the call. She felt relieved that with this much deserved mental health break, rather than risking performing poorly at an important meeting. Being distracted at such an important meeting would have reflected badly on our department, and so I decided to step in and help her out at this time. While this was a one-time only situation, I received praise for the fresh insight that I brought to the presentation. As you can see from the follow-up emails that I put together in the portfolio I sent to you before this meeting. And both my colleague and I were asked to further present to senior management. So the results were beneficial to our department and to the company both. We did win the contract, and I also got the opportunity to present a critical meeting that showcased my skills and got the opportunity to present to senior management, which is a great opportunity for my advancement that I just asked you for about last quarter. I hope that answered your question to your satisfaction.
Yeah, definitely. So you represented a case where your colleague had a health emergency and you uh, jumped in and then filled in for her, and then you took care of all the work and got that $1 million contract. Am I right?
Yes, that's
Okay.
right.
All right. So is there any structure that you followed for to give this answer?
Yes, so I usually do follow a structure in informal settings, informal meetings like this. What I will do is if we backtrack what I said, I asked you to, I clarified with you first. This is what you wanted to know. No, I want to make sure that we're on the same page. You want to make sure you're on the same page with your manager. So you want to clarify, okay, is this right? Are you asking me this question? Is this right? So by asking that way, you want to make sure that you understand what your manager is asking you exactly, and you know how to give the right answer. She could be or he could be asking you something else entirely. So that's one thing I follow. And then as I move forward with my answer, I want to make sure that I present it in a step-by-step manner that shows, okay, this was a problem, this was a situation at the time, and why the situation existed, showcasing that my colleague was facing personal issues and that I stepped in to help resolve it, and how did I resolve it. So always follow that structure. You want to make sure that you are showcasing your empathy, understanding, and your crisis resolution skills. That's a great thing to showcase during your performance review. You want to make sure that you're showing the manager you're speaking to that your decision was well thought out. It was not a spur of the moment decision. That you understood the consequences, and you also made her aware of the results of that decision. Whether that the result was positive or negative, you should let her know that, okay, you understand the results, and this is what happened, and I understand.
Okay. All right. And is there any keyword or the list of the keywords that you have uh, uh, while you giving the answer?
Yeah, keywords are great actually to support your statement. I can give you a list of keywords that you can put up.
Okay, sure. I'll do that. And from your point of view, what can be the bad answer, right? Like what what answer our audience shouldn't give to their manager?
Straight off the bat, you don't want to give an answer that is short. It's too concise. By what I mean by that is, let me give you an example of a bad answer that I can think of. Um, to this question, the answer, a team member, for example, this is the answer I would give if it was a bad answer. A team member asked for help, and I couldn't say no. It's a one sentence answer, and
Mhm.
you just stop after that. So this answer is bad because there was no explanation of the situation. So you want to make sure that you have weighed the decision and you showed it in your answer. This answer shows that this person has not weighed the decision or considered the consequences. There is no talk about results, about explaining the situation, the scenario, what led to it, what led to the decision, what was the result after the decision, what were the consequences. Did this person understand the consequences, first of all? This answer does not showcase any of that. It shows no accountability.
Okay. All right. Got it. So any answer which is very short, one or two lines answers are not good answers, especially when you are not explaining the situation, the results and the consequences of it, right? So okay, yeah.
Yes,
So that's good.
yes.
All right.
Yeah, because again, like I said, you don't want to be in a situation where you're not able to explain a particular decision clearly
Okay.
and effectively.
Okay. All right. I guess that's amazing. Thanks for your time. I'm
Yeah,
very
very fun.
excited.
I agree.
Yeah.
This is
Thanks for your
actually
time.
one of my favorite questions too.
Yeah. Yeah. Me too. Me too. Yeah. All right. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye.